In the quiet, tree-lined streets of Maplewood, Emily Parker seemed like she had it all. At 24 years old, she was the kind of woman everyone admired, beautiful, intelligent, and effortlessly charming. With her sparkling brown eyes, glossy hair, and infectious smile, she gave the impression of a girl next door who could never hurt anyone. Her presence lit up every room she entered, and people couldn't help but be drawn to her magnetic personality. Emily worked at a popular local cafe during the day, pouring coffee for regulars and chatting warmly with strangers. At night, she transformed into a rising social media influencer, posting photos and videos of her glamorous life. Her Instagram feed was filled with curated images of smiling selfies, coffee dates, and weekend adventures. She appeared caring, loyal, and trustworthy, a perfect girlfriend for anyone lucky enough to be with her. Jason Miller, Emily's boyfriend of 2 years, was completely captivated by her. He had always considered himself fortunate to have found someone so loving and thoughtful. They shared inside jokes, weekend trips, and late-night talks, and to Jason, their relationship felt like a fairy tale. He admired her independence and ambition, and believed that their love story would last forever. Yet beneath her warm smile, Emily was hiding something darker. In private, her phone buzzed constantly with messages Jason could never see. At first, Jason thought it was innocent, friends chatting, work emails, or followers commenting on her posts, but he began to notice little inconsistencies. Emily would cancel plans at the last minute, come home smelling faintly of perfumes he didn't recognize, or laugh at messages she refused to show him. Despite these signs, Jason trusted her completely. He believed in her sincerity, assuming that a woman like Emily could never betray him. Little did he know that what appeared to be harmless behavior was just the beginning of a carefully concealed double life. Emily was meticulous in covering her tracks, balancing a web of secrets behind the mask of perfection she presented to the world. In Maplewood, she was the girl everyone wanted to be friends with. To Jason, she was everything he had ever dreamed of in a partner. But the cracks in her seemingly perfect life were already forming, subtle at first, almost invisible. And soon those cracks would widen, exposing a shocking truth that would leave Jason, and the entire town, reeling. As Emily's relationship with Jason continued, a side of her life began to grow in secrecy, one he could never have imagined. What started as casual flirtations online soon evolved into a carefully orchestrated double life. Emily discovered a world where attention, admiration, and desire were at her fingertips, and she quickly learned how to manipulate it. Through a discreet dating app, she began meeting men from the town, 6 in total, each completely unaware of the others. Emily had an uncanny ability to juggle their attention, creating a life that was both thrilling and dangerous. She would carefully schedule her days, ensuring that each man felt special, unique, and the center of her world. No one suspected anything. To each of them, she was devoted, loving, and attentive. Her deception required meticulous planning. Emily would leave subtle clues for Jason that seemed innocent but kept him distracted. A quick text here, a mysterious errand there, and she was free to continue her hidden rendezvous. She even developed a system to keep all 6 men's schedules organized, one for morning coffee dates, another for lunch, and evenings reserved for the rest. Emily was a master at compartmentalizing, carefully balancing her double life without raising suspicion. The thrill of living this secret life became addictive. She enjoyed the control, the power to manipulate emotions, and the excitement of seeing how far she could push the boundaries without getting caught. With each new encounter, her confidence grew, and the web of lies tightened. Jason, meanwhile, started noticing subtle changes, small inconsistencies that didn't make sense, perfumes he didn't recognize, unexplained absences, and the way she would smile at her phone for no reason. He tried to ignore these warning signs, telling himself she was just busy or stressed, but something in his gut told him that something wasn't right. Then came the day a friend casually mentioned seeing Emily with a man downtown, someone Jason didn't know. His heart sank. A chilling thought ran through his mind. What if everything he believed about Emily was a lie? That seemingly perfect girlfriend, the woman he loved and trusted completely, might be hiding a life far more complicated and dangerous than he could ever imagine. The hidden life Emily was leading wasn't just about casual flirting anymore. It was a carefully constructed world of deceit, ready to shatter Jason's reality. Jason couldn't shake the unease that had been gnawing at him for weeks. Something about Emily felt off, though he had no concrete proof. The subtle signs he had dismissed, the unfamiliar perfume, the late night messages, the sudden cancellations, began to pile up in his mind like pieces of a puzzle. Driven by a mix of fear and determination, he decided it was time to uncover the truth. He started quietly, watching her phone habits, paying attention to who she texted, and when she would disappear into rooms to reply. Then, one evening, when Emily stepped out to run errands, Jason seized the moment. With trembling hands, he opened her phone and began scrolling through her messages. At first, it seemed innocent. Texts from friends, social media notifications. But soon, a darker pattern emerged. One message led to another, and Jason felt his heart pounding in his chest. Explicit conversations, secret selfies, and private appointments with men he had never heard of flooded the screen. His mind raced as he realized the scale of her betrayal. Emily wasn't just casually flirting with strangers. She was orchestrating an elaborate double life, juggling 6 men at the same time. The shock only deepened when he stumbled across a calendar she had meticulously maintained. Each entry listed one of the 6 men, along with the date, time, and location of their encounters. The precision was chilling, like a criminal meticulously planning their moves. But the most horrifying discovery came when Jason realized she had arranged a meeting where all 6 men were present at the same time. An audacious, calculated plan that defied belief. Jason's emotions collided violently. Anger, betrayal, disbelief, and heartbreak all mixed into a single overwhelming wave. He could not fathom that the woman he loved, the one he had trusted completely, had been living a secret life so elaborate that it had gone unnoticed for months. As the pieces fell into place, a terrifying truth became clear. Emily's actions were intentional, deliberate, and manipulative. This was not a momentary lapse in judgment. It was a premeditated scheme to deceive and control multiple men, all while maintaining the facade of the perfect girlfriend. Jason realized that confronting Emily would be inevitable, but before he could do so, he needed to gather himself to understand the full extent of her deception and prepare for the storm that was about to hit. The discovery of her secret life had changed everything. Nothing would ever be the same again. The storm outside mirrored the turmoil in Jason's mind as he drove to Emily's apartment that rainy evening. Each drop of rain against the windshield seemed to echo the pounding of his heart. He had spent days grappling with the reality of what he had discovered, Emily's secret life with 6 men, and now he had to face the woman he thought he knew. Emily opened the door with her usual radiant smile, completely unaware of the evidence Jason had gathered. She greeted him warmly, but Jason's expression was cold, his eyes fixed on her with a mixture of anger and disbelief. There was no time for small talk. He stepped inside, placing her phone and the printed messages on the table in front of her. At first, Emily laughed nervously, pretending she didn't understand. "Jason, what is this? Are you serious?" she said, trying to brush it off. But Jason didn't flinch. He went through every screenshot, every secret text, every entry in her meticulously maintained calendar. He named the 6 men, the dates, and even the meetings she had arranged to manipulate them all simultaneously. The smile faded from Emily's face. For the first time, the perfect mask she had worn for so long cracked. She tried to explain, stammering and hesitating, but Jason wasn't interested in excuses. "How could you do this?" he demanded, his voice shaking with a mixture of pain and fury. 6 men, Emily? You lied to me every single day?" Emily's composure slipped further. She admitted everything, not with remorse, but with a strange pride. She described the thrill of the deception, the power she felt controlling the emotions of 6 men, and how carefully she had planned every encounter. The confession cut Jason deeper than any lie could. Her betrayal was not impulsive. It was deliberate, calculated, and cruel. Jason realized he could no longer face this alone. He reached out to the other men, showing them the undeniable proof of Emily's manipulation. When they confronted her together, the room filled with accusations, anger, and disbelief. Emily tried to maintain her bravado, but under the weight of 6 men demanding answers, even her confidence began to falter. By the end of the night, Jason understood the full extent of the damage. Emily had shattered not only his trust, but the lives of every man involved. What began as a seemingly perfect relationship had become a twisted web of lies, leaving him questioning everything he had believed about love, loyalty, and deception. The confrontation ended with Emily walking away, leaving a trail of chaos behind her, a calculated, destructive force that would haunt Jason and the others for months to come. The revelation of Emily's secret life sent shockwaves through Maplewood. What had started as a private betrayal became a story that consumed the small town, leaving everyone questioning what they thought they knew about trust, love, and deception. For Jason, the aftermath was a whirlwind of emotions, heartbreak, anger, and an unshakable sense of betrayal that seemed impossible to overcome. The 6 men, each manipulated in different ways, struggled to process their own pain. Some cut all ties with Emily immediately, unable to forgive her calculated lies. Others spiraled into confusion and depression, haunted by the realization that their perception of reality had been carefully constructed by someone they trusted. The town's social circles fractured as whispers and gossip spread like wildfire, and Emily's name became synonymous with deceit. Jason, however, faced the most profound loss. Beyond the heartbreak of her infidelity, he had to confront the reality that Emily had orchestrated a complex web of manipulation with chilling precision. Every memory of their time together, the laughter, the love, the promises, now carried a shadow of doubt. Had anything been real, or had it all been part of her game? Emily herself vanished from public view shortly after the scandal erupted. No one knew where she went or why, and theories ran wild, from claims that she moved to a new city to start fresh, to darker suspicions about her ongoing thrill-seeking behavior. She left behind unanswered questions and broken hearts, a haunting presence that lingered long after she was gone. Maplewood learned a harsh lesson: appearances can be deceiving. The girl everyone thought was perfect, the girl friend Jason had loved deeply, had been living a dangerous double life. The story of Emily Parker became a cautionary tale, a chilling reminder that people are capable of hiding the most shocking truths behind a friendly smile. In the end, Jason tried to rebuild his life, carrying the scars of betrayal with him. The experience taught him, painfully, to trust cautiously and to question the perfect images people present to the world. Though the heartbreak was immense, the ordeal strengthened his resolve to never let himself be blindsided again. Emily's story remained a dark legend in Maplewood, a tale of charm, manipulation, and the destructive power of deceit. The town would remember the shocking truth for years to come. Sometimes the people closest to you are capable of unimaginable betrayal. And in Emily's case, that betrayal had been executed with chilling precision, leaving heartbreak and disbelief in its wake.